I don't remember the exact moment my heart first cracked that night, but I remember the sound my phone made when the notification popped up. A dull ding, innocent, almost mocking. It was Emily's Instagram post. Girls trip. Self-care besties. The photo showed her, radiant as always, standing in front of a beachside bar with two of her friends. But my eyes didn't lock on her smile, or the cocktails raised in the air. They stopped at the edge of the frame, at the unmistakable outline of a man's arm wrapped casually around her waist. A man's arm that didn't belong to me. I need space. Just 3 weeks earlier, Emily had looked me dead in the eye across our kitchen table and said those words no one ever wants to hear. I need space. I'd laughed at first, a short, nervous chuckle, because I thought she was joking. We'd been dating for almost 3 years. We lived together. We talked about marriage, about kids, about houses in quiet neighborhoods where the dogs could run free. Space. I repeated, trying to mask the tremor in my voice. She nodded, her hands tightening around her coffee mug. It's not you, James. I just feel overwhelmed. I need some time with the girls, some time to breathe, you know. I wanted to believe her. God help me, I did believe her. I hugged her, told her to take all the time she needed, convinced myself this was just a rough patch. But now, staring at the photo glowing on my screen, that belief collapsed like a house of cards in a hurricane. The arm that didn't belong. I zoomed in. My chest tightened as if a vice had clamped around it. The tan skin. The faded tattoo. An arrow, just below the elbow. I knew that tattoo. It belonged to Ryan. Her ex. The same Ryan she swore was ancient history. The same Ryan who wasn't a threat. Who didn't matter anymore. I felt heat rush through my veins, anger mixing with nausea. My fingers shook as I set my phone down on the counter, afraid I might crush it in my grip. She hadn't just lied. She hadn't just needed space. She'd gone straight back to him. My comment. I could have confronted her immediately. I could have called, shouted, demanded answers. But something colder, sharper took over me. Instead, I typed a simple comment beneath her post. Great picture. No emoji. No sarcasm. Just 2 words. And then I went digging. The iCloud discovery. Emily had left her iCloud logged in on my laptop months ago. She probably thought nothing of it. Why would she? We trusted each other. Or at least I trusted her. I clicked into her shared photo stream, half expecting to find nothing, half hoping. But there it was. The uncropped version of the picture. Emily, her 2 friends, and Ryan. His arm no longer just a shadow at the edge, but fully wrapped around her waist, his grin smug, his closeness intimate. The knife twisted deeper. And then, in a moment that felt both devastating and vindicating, I remembered something. Ryan was married. The message. Found her on Facebook. Ryan's wife. Her profile picture was of her holding 2 kids. Toddlers, maybe 3 and 5. Family. Life. My finger hovered over the message button. For a second, my stomach churned at the thought of dragging someone else into my misery. But then I thought of the lie, the betrayal, the audacity of it all. She deserved to know. I attached the uncropped photo, my hands steady now, my anger crystallized into purpose. Thought you should see the full version. Found it on Emily's iCloud. I'm sorry. I hit send. And that's when the world began to unravel. The internet storm. It didn't take long. Within hours, Ryan's wife posted a vague but pointed status. Funny how some girls' trips include married men. Thanks to those who show their true colors. People started commenting. Friends tagged others. Screenshots flew faster than wildfire. By the next morning, Emily's picture had been shared across mutual circles with captions like, "Not such a girl's trip after all. Guess who can't keep her vows or her lies straight." Emily's carefully curated image of the devoted girlfriend, the fun-loving friend, the honest woman, shattered. And me. I watched it all unfold like a man watching a building burn, knowing he didn't strike the match but finding satisfaction in the flames nonetheless. The confrontation. She came home 2 days later, suitcase rolling behind her, eyes wide and wild. "What the hell did you do, James?" she snapped the second she walked through the door. "Me," I said, laughing bitterly. "What did I do? I wasn't the one wrapped around my ex on a so-called girls' trip." Her face flushed, anger and guilt battling in her expression. "It wasn't what it looked like. Don't insult me, Emily." I pulled up the photo on my phone, shoving it toward her. This isn't what it looks like. His hand on your waist, your smile, the cropped lie you posted for everyone else." Her lips trembled, but she stood her ground. I needed to figure things out. I was confused. Confused. My voice cracked, raw with pain. "You needed space, so you went running back to the guy who broke your heart 100 times. The guy who's married, with kids." Her silence was louder than any answer she could have given. The breaking point. For a moment I thought I might collapse. The weight of it all, the betrayal, the humiliation, the realization that the woman I thought I knew had chosen deception over honesty, pressed down on me. I took a deep breath, steadied myself, and said the only words that made sense. "Get out." Her eyes widened. "James, please." "No," my voice was calm now, eerily calm. "You wanted space. You've got it. Pack your things and go." She tried to protest, tears spilling down her cheeks, but I didn't waver. Couldn't. Not anymore. Aftermath. The next weeks were chaos. Mutual friends called, some furious at me for going nuclear, others quietly supportive. Emily tried to spin the story, but the internet has a way of keeping receipts, and the photo spoke louder than her excuses ever could. Ryan's wife filed for divorce. From what I heard, she'd taken the kids and left him with nothing but his smug grin wiped clean. As for Emily, she moved in with a friend, her social media accounts deactivated, her reputation in tatters. And me. I walked through the wreckage of my life, grieving not just the relationship, but the trust I'd given so freely, the future I thought I was building. The lesson. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart. It shatters your sense of reality. It makes you question every smile, every word, every moment you thought was real. But here's what I learned in the ruins. Sometimes the only way to reclaim your power is to stop begging for honesty from those who thrive on lies, and start exposing them for who they really are. Months later I stood at the beach, the same kind Emily had posed on in that cursed photo. The sun was setting, the waves gentle against the shore. For the first time in a long time I felt something like peace. I didn't forgive her. I didn't forget. But I survived. And in surviving I realized. Sometimes the most spectacular drama isn't what unfolds online, but the quiet, steady decision to let go, to walk away, and to never again accept less than the truth.